Hey guys, I'm Sean.
And I'm Jim. And if you get confused, hey, look at the lower left-hand corner.
So, we just did one video with Coast Contra. It was it was called it was one of their freestyles, and it was called Never. I wanted to show Jim one more of theirs tonight while it's still kind of fresh in his mind. And this one's called Scenario. Um, Everything that I said about the group before obviously is, goes for this. This is real, like, real nerd hip hop shit. You know what I mean? Like people who are like nerds for hip hop, like they just love lyricism. Like that's what these dudes are. That's the target audience of these guys. The people who love hip hop.
Yeah, definitely that first one. There's a lot of references that quite simply I didn't get.
Well, that's why I'm here, right? I can break them all down for you.
Yeah, talking about that, folks. If you enjoy how Sean runs the show and tries to teach me things that I don't know, hit the like button. And if you enjoy me making a fool out of myself, hit that subscribe too.
All right, I'm gonna hit play, and I promise the volume is connected.
You're right, it is.
Oh, I see the head bob's already in.
Hey, right off the top.
2, 3, everybody get low. 4, 5, 6, nigga, here comes the ghost. 7, 8, 9, and we back on your mind. When I say 10, that means begin.
Hey, yo, we good? We good. Made it out the hood. Now everybody move to the back of the bus. Cause I'm calling shotgun like Elmer Fudd. So run, Ricky, run if you don't want the slug. He get no fuck, rash him cut raw like sawdust, raw like condom that bust when hip thrust say, baby, I'm coming. But the pussy ball like Kool-Aid man. The new moon.
But let me see that last screen with the reference to Kool-Aid Man.
I'm coming, bust through the pussy.
Okay, got it.
Bust through the wall like Kool-Aid Man. That's why I started cracking up, because I heard it. Yeah.
Ball like Kool-Aid Man.
The new moon rose high and shined on the coastline. Kings follow like.
Right now, I'm getting strong vibes from Joe Silverstein so far as the tone of the voice and even the rhythm.
Okay.
You ever listen to him?
No, not really, but I'll have to check it out.
Oh my God. Okay, we're going to have to do the smoke off.
Okay.
Like the northern star through the dark skies. Haters gon' say we couldn't do it without a cosign, but my pen moved to rains. This a landslide.
This hip hop, we came to spit raw. What y'all do is backwards, helping to win the war. Coast gon' give backwards that push forth in 1, 2, 3, 4. Truthfully, feel like all y'all weak. No style, no technique. You niggas rhyme with 2 left feet. That's why you ain't snapping on the beat. In the words of T3, don't sound too good, champagne it to me. Luckily, I got a good idea. You should study what we do and level up. I guarantee you, we the biggest group you ever seen. Think the Elohim see me, kick them off the stage, crushing niggas' dreams. I ain't mean to be that mean, but shit, nah, I mean, they be kidding. On the mic, Billie Jean.
This dude is absolutely snapping.
Hey, they're putting they're talking a lot of shit.
Yeah,
I mean, they got a lot of shit they got to back up here.
But they are backing it up. They are backing it up.
Well, I think that's going to come with time. Or time.
He's like, no style, no technique.
Must think I'm the one. Type of shit, get a nigga pumped. Get me moved with some caution. They don't want the rat to Taj Austin. Sometimes trying to be as humble as exhausting. What's a threat to my intellect? That's insulting. I don't fear that. I'm immune to the coffin. Wouldn't even sneeze at it.
I'm immune to the coffin.
Yeah.
Not coughing, but coffin.
Yeah, I caught that.
You caught a little double there. Just a little double. Just a small one.
It smell funny. Wanna know what I don't rap about? Money. I was poor on the block like a 40-ounce of liquor. Probably.
I was poor on the block like a 40-ounce.
Yeah.
The double there.
Yeah.
Poor, but also poor. You know.
Yeah. And the
Saw me
40
at the bus
ounce.
stop, all I see a nigga.
Pretty good.
Soon as I got the whip, had to take it abroad. Got the window tint, pop a shit, nation of gauze. About to break that bitch in without breaking the law. Seen that Jake hit the brakes, nope, that ain't stay fall. So my niggas in the back, keep your eyes to the front. Cause I know damn show, it ain't nothing in my trunk. Plus I feel the same as OJ about the glove department. By the time we looked up, they was gone. Think we good.
There was
Made
one.
it out the hood.
What's that?
There's one there that I'm surprised you didn't stop it on yourself, but the Jake Break and Jake from State Farm, that was great.
I caught it, but that one wasn't one of the ones that was a real zinger to me compared to some of the other stuff.
It was
That's
it was
all.
to me. That was just putting those two together is great.
Yes,
For people,
these dudes are genuinely talented. Like,
and for those who don't know what a Jake is, look it up. It's
Came up from the dirt, my niggas made it out the mud. All the guys will be still don't budge. Iron sharp as iron in the cells of my blood. That's ironic. I cut the rug, turn up the bass, let me teach with the sub. Wanna see my brethren up in heaven up above, so I try to make an effort every day to spread the love. It's
The new moon rose high and shined on the coastline. Kings follow like the northern star through the dark skies. Haters gonna say we couldn't do it without a cosign, but my
notice he just copied the same thing that he said.
yeah.
Haters gonna say that we couldn't do it without a cosign, but my pen moves terrains. Yeah.
and move to rains. This a landslide, bend the earth with every verse. I'm the avatar, and since I'm on the coast, I can never get washed up. So pick the scenario, en cada barrio que corre por mi pena, no necesito hacer cardio. Ay, Dios mío, me le río a todo lo que piensa que quieren lío.
I'm not even going to try to comprehend that.
Nope.
Quédate tranquilo, traigo el puente como Tito.
Not gonna try it this time.
Oye, pana, yo te aviso. Dile a tu rapero favorito que lo dejo 6 pies debajo el piso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cuenta conmigo. Esto es mucho más fácil que mi ABCs. Adentro del espejo a mi Dios lo encontré. Niggas rub me wrong like a genie. I bet you wish you could, but you niggas never be me. We make it look easy, especially on TV. Lyrics jumping out on your screen like 3D. Huh. And I'm back. Niggas see the coast and they don't know how to act. A bunch of rock rats out and left over the map. Fucking this bitch called life, breaking her back like I'm stepping on cracks, doing mamas like that. And I leave your face stuck like a statue. Pray to God that you never see me coming. Think you seen it all, but you ain't seen nothing.
Tell him to give up the.
That was a very interesting verse, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There wasn't all the doubles as much, but the fact that he's rapping well in 2 languages is highly freaking impressive. Like, I mean, obviously I can't speak to the content of the Spanish, but what I can speak to is he is staying on beat while he's rapping in Spanish. And
Yeah, the
he's
rhythm
still,
was there.
and he's still keeping a strong rhyme pattern and rhyme scheme in Spanish. I can't speak to the content in Spanish, but I can speak to those 2 things.
Yeah, I like the rhythm against the background. I mean, I felt it matched up good.
Instrumental.
Yeah,
Instrumental.
yeah. The vocal against the instrumental was well done.
Yes. I've always really liked the I've always enjoyed like kind of the gravelier sounding voices on smooth sounding beats like this too. Like voices that are like very gravelly, like DMX's voice. Where it kind of sounds like this, and you kind of got the grit going. You know, like those kinds of voices.
Yeah, on top of
he has
offering some contrast.
And he has a little bit of that quality to his voice. As well. And against a smooth, kind of silky beat, that kind of rough and gruff and kind of grainy sounding voice is a nice contrast to me as well. Like musically, like as far as like how it sounds to my ear.
It's like Joe Cocker on some of his numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The scenario. The people say things got coast conscious a miracle. Hip hop did not die. Where did the lyrics go? The music that they drop now, that's just hysterical. What? I'm just saying the shit they play is a merry-go-round. The same sound they pounded through our stereo. Fucking with frequency, frequently rapping about material things that so vain that bring change to spiritual. Don't want none of that in my area. Milking the game, keeping my circle smaller than Cheerios. They inferior, we are superior, moving imperial. Big dog, you not of our cloth, different interior. Paint me next, right next the Mona Lisa. She know my eyebrows and know her features. What's your frame? I mean, ain't nice to meet you. She's so cheesy, think she want a piece of me.
So cheesy, thinks she want a piece
Yeah.
of me. But also, that material rhyme pattern, that multi-syllable rhyme pattern that he had going for like 6 bars straight, super impressive. And he managed to actually talk about something while he did it. I'm gonna run that back.
Eyebrows and all her features. What's your frame? I mean, ain't nice to meet you. She's so cheesy, think she want a piece of right next.
Didn't go quite far
Inferior,
enough.
we are so good. Don't want none of that in my area. Milking the game, keeping my circle smaller than cereals. They inferior, we are superior, moving imperial. Big dog, you not of our club, different interior. Paint me.
That interior,
Yeah.
superior rhyme scheme, that's
Yep.
that's pretty good, especially for as long as he carried it.
Next, right next to Mona Lisa. She know my eyebrows and all her features. What's your frame? I mean, ain't nice to meet you. She's so cheesy, think she want a piece of me. But got time for no drama, no time for the opera. Better watch how you talk to a llama. I put my time in so I can be timeless. Whether record to necklace, it was never about diamonds. If time fly well, God is my pilot. I pray when in private, closing my eyelids so I can see more when I'm in silence. Pineal gland, my food for thought. I hope you can dodge it. Just eat candy, please chew before swallow. Here's the motto. This hip hop, come here if you spit raw. Just love on the side, no need to promote war. Coach gon' get backwards that push forth to the culture. Scope us for my Rushmore.
I was minding my business from a distance. I heard, ain't that him? Of course I'm him. You know, the usual suspect. Picture that. Keep the mug shot. Yeah, I'm him. You know, the usual suspect. Stop, drop, whoa, ho. We on fire. Bring out those. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Same old shit.
We on fire, bring out the hose.
Yeah.
But he means the water hose, but also the hose.
Yep.
Oh shit, some old shit, but he get no fuck rags and cut raw like sawdust, raw like condom that bust when hip dust say, baby, I'm the man, live from the underground hip hop dungeon. The rule is back, rule number 1, crack.
So did you notice that 3 different times we've heard that
Mhm.
baby, I'm coming thing? So like they're repeating that, but they're finishing the line differently every time.
Yeah.
And every time the rhyme scheme is totally unbroken each time.
And I cut that.
That takes real forethought. It really does.
And I caught that flashback to the thrust, the hip thrust.
Yes. That's where I was going next.
Niggas cap like graduates, this new school shit. Young I move like an old school alumni. Fuck these crews, I'm on a coast by the sun dry. Too much fentanyl, y'all only dope sometimes. Ain't worth the risk, not even just one line.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Too much fentanyl. Y'all only dope sometimes. Sometimes. So I've never been involved in fentanyl, but what I've heard is that sometimes it doesn't even get you high, and sometimes you just die. Like,
yep.
So like y'all only dope sometimes.
Hey,
so sometimes
we could go off on a full hour talking about that.
That's such a good, smart line, though. He says, not worth the risk, not even just one line. So what he's saying is he's not willing to even listen to a single bar from these lame motherfuckers. That's what he's trying to say. It's not worth the risk that y'all only dope sometime, so it's not worth the risk of my time to even listen to one line. Like, that's amazing.
Okay, whereas I took it more for face value than reading that second meaning into it.
It's both. It's literally both. It's a multi-syllable double entendre.
Yeah, well, I see it now that you said it, but I took it just straight from the.
He was using them as a metaphor for how he was using fentanyl for their music as a metaphor. Sometimes this shit is just terrible, and it'll kill your soul because it's so terrible. It's awful, And sometimes y'all are dope, but y'all are like fentanyl. You're only dope sometimes, so it's not even worth listening to even one line. That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. That's an amazing fucking bar.
It is once you've explained it.
Like, just it's layered, and it's so good, so freaking good. I'm gonna play that back.
Too much fin, raw like sawdust, raw like condiment. Bust when hip thrust say, baby, I'm the man. Live from the underground hip hop dungeon. The rule is back. Rule number one: rap niggas cap like graduates. This new school shit, young.
Rule number one: rap. I love that because there's too many rappers that are not really rapping. They're just putting out this weird pseudo rap bullshit that's not really tangible music. You know what I mean? So he's calling all that out. He's like, rule number one, rap.
I move like an old school alumni. Fuck these crews, I'm on the coast by the sun dry. Too much fentanyl, the only dope sometimes ain't worth the risk. Not even just one line, might die from boredom.
So good.
Made in God's image, but he won't post more of them. Y'all not competition. You're like Scottie Pippen, past the mic. Stop tripping. Wishing a nigga would for my profession. As a lumberjack, I ask, there's no question. I'm blessed to eat with the gang, with the brethren. Y'all came in second, us, we just came for the seconds. Y'all top five taste gum finger licking on thumbs. She get greasy, thumbing through this chicken, huh? Did I tell you? Like mama with the whipping, I go crazy. But son, you niggas much different. Got full custody. Y'all stuck with me. You ain't gotta fuck with me. Just don't fuck with me. Coach got trust in me. They get bucked with me. And you got love for me. That's enough. I feel complete, man. No mankind that can compete. Landed landmines right at my damn feet. Then I blew up. Who wanna walk a mile in my sneaks? Go boom. God got you, your soul. Rest in peace of pieces. No, it's not a thesis. How you teeth it. Really did blow up. Niggas ain't believe it till they seen it came across. They screams like great big things. Coast about to go up. They caught me the recent night, y'all. Night, y'all. Night, y'all. Night, y'all. Cop your merch. It's on site, y'all. On site, y'all. Coast on the scene, but before this was a dream, we had Q-tip born our earwax and fight dog. Perfect scenario.
Yeah, definitely. He's the favorite for me.
On this one, he was my favorite. Yes. On this one, he was my favorite. Just the one fentanyl line was so crazy.
Yeah.
And then I like you ain't gotta fuck with me. Just don't fuck with me. I like that one too.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously, it's obvious what he was doing, but it's also really cool because he was kind of highlighting how two things said with different tones can mean the exact opposite of each other. Like, you ain't got to fuck with me. Just don't fuck with me.
Right. Well, that's just a versatile word in itself. So.
It is. But it was cool. It was very cool to put that in and make it rhyme and make it work with the rest of the verse that he was doing. Very cool. So, no. To me, that particular time, he absolutely annihilated that beat. But the one before it was the dude with the dreads that told the story about the time he almost got killed over this woman. It got him jumped and he got beat up and the police broke the fight up, and for once in his life he was thankful for the police. I found that entertaining.
It was good. I definitely enjoyed it. And like I said, I like the instrumental a lot better on this one than the other one.
Yeah, the instrumental on this one was much better to me as well.
Yeah, even though it's extremely repetitive like before, it didn't detract. It wasn't annoying.
So in a this is kind of a cypher style freestyle situation. And in ciphers, what you do is you intentionally give all 4 or 5 or 6 or however many rappers you have the same parts of the beat to play with. So it's like a way that they can all showcase given the same blank canvas. That's why the beat is so repetitive. It's intentional because it's giving them all equal opportunities to show off their arsenal. And it's kind of like giving them all a even playing field.
Well, that makes sense.
Whereas if they got something different musically, it would potentially create an unfair scenario where one of them has a really cool section of the instrumental and the other one has this really flat, boring part of the instrumental it when compared to itself. So that's part of why you do that. So
okay.
I hope that helps clear things up for you.
Yeah, it does. And I can see where another scenario, no pun intended, would be where each artist would pick their own instrumental. That
And that does happen.
As long as it tied in, so that they all tied in together. They carried a theme.
And there's actually a thing that they do on the radio called the Five Fingers of Death. It's a hip hop radio station thing. It's kind of a mainstay. And what they do is they pull a rapper on and they make them freestyle over a beat, and they change the beat 4 times while they're rapping. So then they have to adjust to what's happening musically, sometimes mid-line. And they don't know when it's coming. They don't warn them. They just do it. And you got to figure it out.
Improv with a vengeance.
Yeah, improv and freestyling is already difficult because you're not reading off a piece of paper. You've either memorized it or you're coming up with it off the top of your head, which takes even more concentration. And now you're having to concentrate on 5 different beats in the span of like 2 to 3 minutes. It's insane. And interestingly enough, one of the people that has really shined on that has been Shia LaBeouf, the actor that acted in like Transformers. That kid, the kid that was on Even Stevens on the Disney Channel. No, not ringing a bell. Okay,
no, I was just thinking though, if you would,
he's this white Jewish kid who has acted in a bunch of blockbuster movies, and one of them is Transformers, which I'm sure you've heard of.
Yes, I've heard of.
And he was originally like a Disney kid, like a Disney Channel star.
Oh boy.
And he shined on the Five Fingers of Death. He was amazing somehow. Like, and it was just weird. It was weird because one of the lines that he said in the actual song was that he was the Jewish Pac, like Jewish Tupac. Like it was funny. Yeah. It was very, very funny.
Have you seen Weird the Al Yankovic story yet?
Not yet. I will though.
Okay.
Anyways,
let's
wrap this up. Let's wrap this up because we're still live.
Well,
I do want to hear that, but let's do that off camera.
Okay.
But anyways, guys, thanks for joining us. I'm probably going to show one more off camera, but I'm not gonna clutter up the channel with more Coast Contra. Even though I love Coast Contra, I'm not going to make our whole channel a Coast Contra devotion page yet. But I do love what they're doing. If you guys ever come across this Coast Contra, because I know that you guys are not so popular that you don't see stuff like this yet. I mean, you're big, but you're not like, you're not so enormous that you'll never see any reactions ever to your music. Because I've seen you guys comment on other reactor stuff. If you guys see this, thank you guys for making real musical content. It's few and far in between, and it's much appreciated. So much respect, guys.
And Sean will always be happy to explain it to me so I can appreciate it too.
Anyways, thanks, guys.
Hasta.